So we are live now on YouTube. For those of you who want to join us on YouTube, we are live now on YouTube, right? So we are live now on YouTube. Now all you need to do is to go to our YouTube channel. So if you are not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, all you need to do right now is to click on the link on my bio on this TikTok account. Once you click on the link, you'll see YouTube. Click on that YouTube, then you'll see our live stream right now. So currently we are live right now on YouTube. So the first asset we have on the list is GBP/USD. So traders, keep making list of the assets. Submit your assets, submit the market you want us to analyze. Start submitting right now before we get bombarded with requests. Okay, Rich Kid, AUD card. Okay, AUD card, AUD card, AUD card, AUD card, AUD card, AUD card. Okay. Okay, we are live now. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. So I will copy the link right now for you guys, and I will paste the link in the Telegram channel so that you guys can join us on YouTube. So currently this is what we have right now on our price chart here. Right, this is what we have right now. So I still need to make some settings. I still need to make some settings. Okay, I still need to make some settings, right? So let's go through. I need to make some settings right here. I need to make some settings. Okay, so traders, hang on. So keep on submitting your requests. So for those of you who have any assets, who are looking out for trade opportunity on any assets, this is the time now for you to submit your request, any asset you want us to analyze. Okay, so start submitting your request, any asset you want us to analyze in the live stream so that we can both go together. So start submitting your request, right? Start submitting your request. Start submitting your request, okay? Start submitting your request. Right, let's go. Let's go. Start submitting your request. If you are watching not from YouTube, you can also submit the request of any asset you want us to analyze. Right? Let's go. Right? Let's go. Right? Let's go. Are we set? Okay, we have only GBP/USD and the Australian dollar paid against the Canadian dollar. So I believe these are the only two assets traders want us to analyze in this live stream. Right? That is good. That is great then. So these are the only assets traders want us to analyze in this live stream. That is nice. So I will copy the link of the stream right now to traders in the live stream, in the Telegram group, I mean, so that you guys can go through, right? Okay, nice. Now let's continue with the analysis. So today I have the on my list, I have foreign exchange currency pairs, I have crypto, I have commodity, I have stocks, I have index market, right? So first, I need to start with the request of traders. I have to put the members in this live stream. I have to put their request first. So now let's check the GBP USD market. Let's check GBP USD. Let's navigate to GBP USD and see what is going on the chart of GBP USD. So GBP USD, for those of you who are watching from YouTube, you can also make a request. Okay, you guys can make a request if you are watching from YouTube. You guys can make a request if you are watching from YouTube, right? So I will also attend to your request if you are watching from YouTube. Okay, that is nice. So GBP USD, I told you guys I'm looking for a pullback. I will never make an entry based on the high. I will never long into high, because if you are definitely longing into high, you are logging into a potential resistance structure based on what we have on the higher time frame. So this is why I think the best thing to do right now is not to long at resistance, and I think that is the best way you need to approach this market. Don't long high. It is better you wait for a pullback, because if you are longing high right here, technically the best zone you want to place your stop loss should be at the low of this of last week Friday bar. So that means your risk will be too high. Your risk will be too high. So you shouldn't be longing into resistance. You shouldn't be longing into resistance. Someone said, do HFM offer those stock? Yes, they offer those stock I presented to you. So all you need to do is to click on the link on my bio, and then on the newly open page, click on the open trading account. So once you do that, you register, you start trading stock. So all those stock I posted in my Telegram group, they are all available on HF Market, right? So if you want to speculate, you can speculate them. And if you want to gain ownership, you can also click on this open trading tab. Once you click on the open tab, you will see my recommended brokerage firm. So I have two ways in which I invest in the stock market. I speculate and I own. I trade based on speculation and also invest based on ownership. So for those of you guys who do not know the differences between speculation and ownership, speculation is a type of trade or investment whereby you tend to make money through the rise and fall of prices of assets in the market. So I speculate. You can speculate on HF market, and then if you want to gain ownership, you can gain ownership on Bamboo. So click on that link, you'll be able to read through the difference between speculation. So for those of you who want to speculate, so check the link I'm about to register your account and start trading stocks. Okay. So I will never long to resistance. So for those of you who are jumping in high right now, well, let's see how far it goes. Let's see how far it can go. Right. So I will never long to resistance. I will never do that. I will never long to resistance. So my analysis is still active. My analysis is still active based on what I stated on this currency pair. So I'm still looking out for a pullback. So I'm still watching for a pullback. So the two levels I stated yesterday in the live stream is at the major key level previously broken resistance, which is now a potential support for price, which is at the price of the 1.23105. Can see that. So these are this medium right here. Let me extend this chart at this medium, and then the next level is at the price of the 1.22578. So these are the two zones I want to be looking at for long entry, at this medium and then at this medium. So I will never make an entry right here. I will never do that. So if you are doing that, just make sure you are careful. Be careful of your actions. Be careful, right? Not to be a victim of a sudden pullback in the market. So I already marked this level. You can see I get in, look out for entry right here, or entry at this medium right here. So these are the two zones I want to look out for entry on GBPUSD. So AUD Canada, let's check AUD Canada. AUD Canada. Let's go all the way down to minor currency pairs. AUD Canada, based on what I can see, the analysis I gave yesterday is still active. So I'm still looking out for a pullback. Still looking out for a pullback. So if we can see a pullback to the high, so if we can see a pullback to this structure of the 0.8786 based on what we have right here, let's clean up this level right here. So this is what I'm looking out for. I want to see how price react to this level. Okay, so these are the zones I want to be looking at for trade entry, right? So at this medium right here, I want to be looking out for trade entry on the Australian dollar paired against the Canadian dollars, right? That is AUD paired against the CAD. So this is my view. This is my view, right? So guys, that is how I want to approach this asset. Okay, that is how I want to approach the Australian dollar paired against the Canadian dollar. So for those of you who want to have a better view, for those of you who want to have a high image view, high quality image view of this analysis, you can proceed to my YouTube channel. Proceed to my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, you're able to have a better, clean chart. You're able to have a high definition video view, right? But if you are comfortable with the view on the TikTok account, then great. So based on the Australian dollar paired against the Canadian dollar, this is my view. I'm still looking out for a pullback before I anticipate for a long entry. So that is my view on the Australian dollar paired against the Canadian dollars, right? So that is my view on the asset. Now, okay, good. Someone said, okay, silver. Let's check silver. What do we have on silver? Let's check silver. Silver, that is the commodity market. Silver is in the commodity market, right? So based on silver, this is what we have on silver. You can see the rising trend line from the low structure of the 15th of September 2022. This is a multi-year key level trend line. So we have to be very careful right here. This is a multi-year key level trend line. So it's a multi-year key level trend line. So for those of you guys who are trading silver, this is how your chart should look like. So if your chart is not like this, please kindly correct your chart right now. If your chart is not like this, please try to correct your chart right now before I proceed with the analysis. Try to correct your chart. This is how your chart should look like, right? So based on what we have on the day chart, this is day chart. We can see whenever price get the first structure right here, we were able to connect the trend line, which was the support of this double bottom, which reversed this downtrend. However, we have like a 3 double bottoms right here, but we were able to connect the 2 bottoms in this downtrend, and we're able to connect another touch right there. So it takes 2 points to confirm a trend line, and then it takes 3 points to confirm it takes 2 points to connect, to draw a trend line, and it takes 3 points to confirm a trend line. So the third confirmation right here failed, and price broke out down. Now price is currently trading below this trend line. So let's connect. This is the third touch right here, and currently this is where price is currently trading at the medium. So this trend line, based on the day chart, is still acting as a dynamic resistance for price. And again, we have a trend line from the top. Do we have a trend line from this top? Let's see if we can connect a trend line from this top. All right, okay, we still have a trend line all the way from this section right here. So currently this is a breakout of a symmetrical chart pattern. You can see what we have on the silver. This is a breakout of a symmetrical chart pattern formation. You can see that. So silver is currently trading at a lower band of a breakout of symmetrical chart pattern. So for those of you who are trading silver, please try to modify your chart to look like this. Right? Try to check your chart if your chart is like this, because this is what we have on the chart of silver. Right? This is what we have on the chart of silver. Right? Great. So now let's see the other levels we have in this market. Based in this market, we have another key level structure. Key level structure, which is at the price of the 22.50. So this is a support structure. And as well at the upper structure, we have another resistance structure right here. You can see that we have another resistance structure. So in summary, silver is currently trading within a ranging medium. This is a ranging medium right here. You can see that we have this ranging medium at this structure right here. You can see that. So silver is currently going through a ranging medium. So let's see how this ranging medium hold price. Is price going to find resistance at this structure for a downtrend, or from support right here to an uptrend? So for now, those of you who are day traders, I think silver might be a good trade for you. Silver might be a good trade for you if you are a day trader. That means you could be looking out to long from support and then short from resistance on silver. So you should be looking out for short entry at resistance, and then long, and then you should be looking out for short entry at resistance and then long entry from support, right? So this is what we have on the silver. But technically, based on the broader view, broader view of this asset, what I can see is there's a potential inverted head and shoulder chart pattern. If you ask me where is the pattern, this is the inverted head, and this is the potential left shoulder, and this is the potential right shoulder. You can see that, whereby the upper structure right here is the neckline, right? So there's a higher possibility price could break out and then continue the upward rally on the silver. So anyway, before we can decide an upward breakout or not, price need to clear the minor resistance structure which we have at the price of the 23.55, this level right here. Likewise, before we can decide a bearish move on silver, price need to clear off the support structure we had at the price of the 22.57. Okay, so which means silver is in a ranging medium. So if we check this asset on the higher time frame, such as the weekly chart, we will see this market is in a ranging medium. That is a doji candlestick. So you can see that. So we have a doji candlestick on the weekly chart. So whenever you see a doji candlestick on the price chart, it signifies a state of indecision. It means there's a tug of war between the bulls and the bears, and neither of the both parties are winning the battle. So this is why you need to be careful if you want to trade in a ranging medium. So the best way to trade in the ranging medium is to look out for resistance and support structure. So as you can see now on the weekly chart of this asset, you can see price is in a ranging medium, and we have a doji candlestick. So it's in a state of indecision. So the best way you can assess this asset right here is to look out for a breakout. And as well, based on what we have on the weekly chart, again, if you view this chart properly, you can see we have what we called a falling channel. We have a channel on the weekly chart. So there's a higher tendency for price to break to the upside to continue the breakout of this channel. So this is what we have on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we have a channel. For those of you who cannot see the channel, this is a channel we have on the weekly chart. You can see that. You can see the channel. So there's a higher possibility for price to break out of the minor structure we have at the price of the 23.61, and then continue to break out of the upper channel on the weekly chart for more bull rally on the silver. So this is what I can see on silver. So if you want to execute a bullish entry based on the double resistance structure we have in this market, you have to be very careful. We have a dynamic resistance structure above, likewise a horizontal resistance structure above. So you have to be very careful right here. So this is a very complex market, so you have to be very careful if you want to take any of this direction. So that's my view on the silver. Someone said, I've been trading with HFM. Can I see open an account using the link? If you have been trading with HF Market, if you want to verify, you need to verify your account. So if you submit the previous ID you used which you used to verify the first account, you won't be able to create another account. You can only create another account if you be using a different ID to verify that account. Okay. Cyber Educate says Canada Switch. So okay, we have a request from YouTube. Canada Switch. Okay, Canada Switch. That is Cyber Educate. Okay, I will share Canada Switch. All right, thank you. That is from YouTube. All right, so this is my view on silver. All right. So we have more question right here. When marking key level, do you consider only body of the candlestick or body wick? What of US30? Let's check US30. All right. I've told you guys how I construct my key level structure. I told you I construct my key level structure from the higher time frame. So when you guys keep on acting body and wicks, I look out for the most touches in the market. So I look out for the most touches. So it could be the body, it could be the high. I am looking out for the level that has the highest touches and highest rejection. So that is what I look out for in the market, right? So let's check. We have US30 on TikTok, and we have Canada Switch on YouTube. So let's take the Canada Switch on YouTube. We have a request on YouTube. So let's go through Canada Switch, then we come back to US30, right? Because the request on YouTube came before the request on US30. So Canada Switch. So Cyber Educate. So let's go to Canada Switch. Based on Canada Switch on the weekly chart, I already gave my view on this asset yesterday. So for those who missed this analysis, you can visit my Facebook page for in-depth analysis on Canada Switch. So based on Canada Switch, this is what we have on the weekly chart. We have a broken bearish channel. You can see the channel. Our price keep on gravitating downward. We can see the lower test of this channel, and you can see the breakout right here. So we have the first breakout, and price later closed below into this channel, and we have a potential strong, I mean not even a potential, it's a very strong support level. A support level which have been acting as support for price. Now this is the third test of this level right here. So based on what we have right here on the Canada Switch, I am supporting a bullish sentiment on Canada Switch this week based on what we have on this asset. So based on the support, at the support level, you should be looking out for a long entry. Okay, Cyber, at a support level, you should be looking out for a potential long entry. You should be looking out for long entry at the support level. So based on what we have at this support level, I can see a potential morning star variation candlestick pattern. Morning star variation candlestick pattern. You can see it right here. So what I'm going to be looking out for now is I want to see price to make a pullback. A pullback to which structure? I want to see price make a pullback to the structure we have based on the previous highs of the weekly bar. So right here we have this is the level we have in this market. So I want to be looking out for a pullback. So I will show you. Let's check the day chart. So based on the day chart, I want to be looking out for price to make a pullback. If you can see a pullback, anyways, this pullback already occurred. That was the last week on Thursday. This pullback occurred on Thursday. So next we should be looking out for a pullback to a potential structure. Let's watch out for a pullback to a potential structure at the price of the, let's look out for a potential pullback at this level right here. If you can see another pullback to this level right here, we're already having a pullback, but what we need to do is to see a strong 4-hour long technical signal. You can see that. So for those of you who want to look out for trade opportunity on Canada Switch, this is how your 4-hour chart should look like, right? So if you want to trade Canada switch, kindly have your chart to look like this. So we have a rising trend line on the Canada switch. So what I'm going to be looking out for on Canada switch next week, this week, this week, what I'm going to be looking out for on Canada switch is I want to see price make a pullback to the minor support structure at the price of the 0.6558, and then if price can test the rising trend line in this market, that would be a nice entry zone for us. So based on Canada switch, this is my view, right? We have a rising trend line, so price has tested two swings. For us to connect a trend line, we need 2 points, and we already figured out the 2 points. Now we need a validation of this trend line. So it takes 2 points to connect a trend line, but it takes 3 points to confirm a trend line. So we are looking for validation of this trend line for us to know maybe it's a continuation of an uptrend. You can see that. So for those of you who want to trade Canada switch, this is a nice asset for traders, right? So take note, look out for a pullback. And if you're looking out for a pullback, you need to make your entry at exactly this zone right here, and then have your stop loss lower, and then make sure you have enough room to target minimum of 2 risk to reward ratio. So if I'm going to be approaching this asset right there, I'll be looking out for a target of 4 risk to reward ratio. You can see that. I'll be looking out for a target of 4 risk to reward ratio. So these are the type of trade you should be looking out for. A trade that has enough room for you to even make more than 2 risk to reward ratio. So that is my view on Canada switch. Canada switch as well is on my list. Canada switch is on my list, right? Canada switch is on my list, right, guys? So that is my view on Canada switch. Now we are going to proceed to US 30, right? Let's proceed to US 30. So I need to check some questions. I think we have some questions from Facebook. Right? So let's quickly check things out right here. So you guys can also make a request on TikTok, and as well you can still make requests on Facebook, right? If you are watching us from Facebook, please take note. You can also make requests from Facebook, right? So ask your questions, ask me questions on Facebook, on YouTube, right? Okay, so ask your questions on TikTok as well. You guys can see ask me questions on TikTok, and you guys can ask me questions on YouTube, right? Great. So the next asset right here is US 30. Let's check out US 30. We have to open another chart. Let's check out US 30. Someone said, do you consider what dollar index is doing when considering taking decisions on currency pair? Yes, dollar index is also important too for you to measure the strength of the US market. Dollar index is also very good tools. You can use that as well. If you're a trader trading the US currency pairs, you can use dollar index to gauge the strength of the dollar market. This is also a very powerful tool, right? So which other question do we have? Okay, you are welcome, Cyber. You are welcome. So I'm trying to load a chart on US 30. So let's go through US 30. So what we currently have on US 30, I already gave analysis on this asset yesterday. As you can see, this is the analysis I gave yesterday. I said we have a strong bull bar, right? We have a strong bull bar on the US 30, and then Friday bar is closing at a resistance structure, and we have a key level structure right there, which is a resistance structure. You can see we have a support right there, which was being broken, turned into resistance structure right there. Price is currently trading at this resistance structure, and I said traders have to be very careful based on what we have on the weekly chart, because I know some traders are actually looking out for short entry on US 30. So you have to be very careful, because I can see a series of a strong technical bullish signal on this market. First, from the weekly chart, here comes a strong bull candlestick on the weekly chart. And whenever there is a strong bull candlestick on the weekly chart, it has a lot of influence for it has a lot of influence on next week price actions. So next week, anyways, the market is yet to open on US 30 right now. So let's wait for the US section. So if you are trying to chart on US 30, please check your weekly chart, because what we have on the weekly chart right here is a strong technical bullish signal. So for those of you who want to chart US 30, we have a strong bullish signal on the weekly chart. So check that if you want to chart before you make your decision. As well, we have a series of breakouts, of series of gaps, right? We have series of gap right here. You can see breakaway gap, continuation gap, So we have a lot of gap right here. So if you want to be trading right here, please be very careful. And as well, we can tag this swing right here as double bottom in this market. Anyway, we haven't yet figured out the break of market structure. We haven't yet figured out the break of market structure in this market. But what we can see on this day chart is we are currently trading above a broken dynamic resistance structure. You can see we connect this swing right here to this swing right here, and price broke this swing at this medium right here. This was on Thursday. So price is, after the breakout, before price opened on Friday, there was a gap up of price. So a gap to resistance structure right here says a lot, and this is why you have to be very careful if you want to chart US 30, because I know a lot of traders actually are looking out to chart based on what we have at the resistance structure right here. A lot of traders are looking out for chart based on what we have at the resistance structure right here. So if you are that trader looking out for a chart entry, you have to be very, very, very careful. Please be careful. Be careful, because if you want to be charting right here, you are not viewing what is going on the higher time frame, which is the weekly chart. So this is why, instead of that, I will patiently wait to see how price is going to react to the test of this broken trend line. Maybe this level right here is going to act as a rejection for continuation of the uptrend. And then if this should occur, that means we're going to have a potential inverted head and shoulder. So let me show you guys. So if price can make a pullback from this structure right here and they test this trend line, okay, let me make a drawing. If price can have a pullback to this trend line right here and then find a rejection at this broken trend line and then reverses upward, then this means this is a potential inverted head and shoulder. So this would be the left shoulder, and right here will be the inverted right shoulder, and the resistance structure right here would be the neckline. You can see that would be the neckline. So for those of you guys who want to chart, you have to be very careful. So if you want to chart, this could be a counter trend move, right? Or a small chart entry. So based on the long-term goals, based on the long-term objective goals, I am looking out to see if price can make a pullback to this trend line, and then maybe we have a rejection. And then application of our Fibonacci retracement tool from the low swing right here all the way to the current close of price on Friday, the high. You can see, so it is possible price might find a rejection all the way down. So let's remove all these blue drawings right here so we can have a better image of this Fibonacci retracement tool. So price it's possible price might have a strong bearish pullback all the way down into this channel and then find rejection at the 50% retracement level and then have a full force upward. So if we have this is still a possible inverted head and shoulder. So as well, guys, pay attention to the breakout of gap at this structure of the 33,220. You can see we have a kind of a minor structure right here because we have a rejection swing at this level which acted as a resistance for 3 consecutive tests of touch on the day chart before we had a breakout on Wednesday on the 1st of November. And after this breakout was accompanied by the gap, so which we called a breakaway gap in this downtrend. So if you navigate to the 4-hour chart, you're gonna see this minor structure right there. So I'm patiently waiting for a pullback. If you can see a pullback, this is how I'm gonna be willing to approach the US 30. So if I can see a bearish pullback and the rejection from the 50% retracement level and a strong bullish close above the 38.20, then I'll be looking out for a potential long entry. So this is how I'm going to be looking to approach this asset if I'm going to be looking out for a potential trade entry in this downtrend, right? Because I can see a potential possible formation of an inverted head and shoulder chart pattern in this market, whereby this upper band is the neckline of this inverted head and shoulder. So that is my view on US 30. So for those of you guys who want to trade US 30, take note of that. I also have that US30 on my list, right? So that is my view. So any other assets, again, any other assets, do you consider what dollar index? Consider that. Use Fibonacci retracement. So now let's check. Do we have any other question, any other suggestion in the live stream? Do you have any other suggestion in the live stream? So let me show you guys my list. So now it's time for me to show you my list in the market. So let's start from the foreign exchange market. So based on my list, let's start for the foreign exchange market. So I won't spend much time on my analysis because my analysis are based on the update of the information I shared yesterday in our live stream on TikTok and Facebook. So if you missed the analysis I shared yesterday, you can go to my Facebook page or use the link in the description of this video on YouTube, or you click on the link on my bio on my TikTok account to join my Telegram link. Once you join my Telegram link, type the keyword Facebook and you will get the link to access my Facebook page. So on my page, you will see the video. All right. So now let's check what we have on my own watch list. So on my watch list, I have a lot of foreign currency pairs in the foreign exchange market. First, I have GBP USD, and I already told you guys what I'm looking out for on GBP USD. So I'm looking out for a pullback with the price of the 1.23105 right here. If price should fail, I'm looking out for a pullback to the level of the 1.23105 or the price level of the 1.2248 before I can look out for a potential or long entry. So these are the two zones I'll be looking out for long entry on this asset. And the next is Euro USD. Based on the day chart, I don't want to execute a long entry at the high, so I want to look out for a pullback to this level of this 1.063 before I look out for a long entry. So based on Australian dollar paired against the USD, based on my view right here, I want to be looking out for a pullback to the minor structure, which we had at the price of the 0.6374. So if you can see a close of price to this structure right here, which has a series of a rejection high right here, then I'll be looking out for a potential long entry at the medium. And take note, when I say I am looking out for a potential long entry, that doesn't mean all my assets, all the list of assets in my watch list, I'm going to trade all of them. That doesn't mean I'm going to trade all of them. I have to filter out trade. Remember, the final step in my trading decision is filter of trade. I call them filtration process. So this is where I decide or choose the asset that gives the strongest technical signals, the asset with the lowest risk and with the highest profit ratio. All right. So this doesn't mean I have to trade GBP USD, Euro USD, Australian USD, New Zealand, or no, that doesn't mean, that is not what I meant. What I meant is I want to be looking out for a potential play out, and then I want to see the asset that offers me the best, lowest risk to highest reward ratio. So I will tend to go with like 2 or 3 assets. So 2 or 3 asset mass is okay for me to trade. So I will never want to go more than that. The only situation whereby I'll be looking to add more entries is once my executed position are in profit, then I'll be looking forward to scale up to add to my winning trade. I will never add to my losing trade. So that was what I did on US oil. So we still get to US oil market, right? And which is under the commodity market. So this is what I'm looking at for Australian dollar paired against the USD. So if you are trading the Australian dollar paired against the USD, this is what you'll be looking out for on the daily chart. All right. So let's move to the USD Canada. New Zealand USD, for those of you who want to trade it, I'm not going to be willing to long at this session right here. I'll be looking out for a pullback. If I can see a pullback to the key level support, which we had at the price of the 0.5874. So this is the zone I'll be looking out for a long entry. So this is it right there. So those of you who want to look out for long entry, if you can see a pullback to this level of the 0.58, then I'll be looking out for long entry at this level. So I just want to play a safe market. So for those of you who want to trade it, that is nice, but I do not have the New Zealand USD on my watch list. But I think this is the best way you can play out this market. All right. Now let's watch the USD Canada. USD Canada as well. I told you guys my view about this asset. Based on what we have on the weekly chart, we have a strong bearish engulfing candlestick on the weekly chart. So based on top-down analysis, I'll be looking to play in direction of the higher time frame. So based on what we have on the higher time frame, I proceed to the weekly or to the day chart. So I want to be looking out to see how price is going to give us a validation of the breakout of this structure and the retest for a more downtrend. Alternatively, if this doesn't occur on these currency pairs, then price could gravitate upward. And then the next level we have to watch out for as a price action trader is the last higher high swing in this market right there. So if price should get to this medium right here, it is possible price might have a rejection to the downside, right? And if this level should fail, then price could have a rejection to the upside, that is to the major resistance structure. And then this level again is another key level which could act as a double top for price or continuation. So these are the three scenarios, three ways in which you should be looking out for trade opportunity on the USD paired against the Canadian dollar, right? So these are the three possibilities. First, a breakout to the downside and a retest of the minor structure above, or a pull up to the upside and a retest of the last higher high in this uptrend, and that could result into a double top. Or three, a retest of the previous higher high in this market to form a double top, and price could still gravitate upward to test the upper band of this narrow wedge. So these are the four possibilities we have in this market, but I don't so much believe if price can make a pullback to this or upper trend line, because if that should occur, it means the weekly and bearish engulfing bar has been invalidated. That is, if price can go above these higher high swings. That is, if price can go above this higher high swing, then it means the weekly chart, the weekly engulfing bar right here will become invalidated. So the key idea right here is to look out for a pullback, and this pullback could be a pullback to the 50% or retracement level of this bearish engulfing bar, which we call the benchmark, or the pullback to the 0.618 retracement level. So this is my idea on the USD Canada. So this is how I'm going to be looking out to approach the USD paired against the Canadian dollar if I'm going to be taking a trade on this asset. So I hope you guys found this understandable. So next is USD JPY. Let's go to the USD JPY. The USD JPY right here is still on an uptrend, and based on what I can see on the weekly chart, there is the overlapping of bars and the weakness in bullish momentum. So I am looking out for a potential bearish breakout to the downside. So for a bearish breakout to occur, we need to see a bearish close of price below the major support structure, which acts at the price of the 149.076. So if you can see a bearish close of price below this structure right here, then that would mean the USD Japanese yen is looking out for a potential. There's a potential pullback, bearish flow to the lower band of this rising channel based on the day chart. This channel has been active right from the swing low of April 2023. We have the second test at the August of 2023. So we could have another test of this rising channel based in December or November this year. So this is my view on the USD yen. You can see that, you can see the rising channel, and we have an inner channel. So this inner channel could be broken down, and this will constitute a more bearish flow of price to the lower band of the bigger rising channel on the day chart. This is what I have on the USD yen. Now let's check the USD Singaporean dollar. So this is for the Asian traders. Okay, USD switch. No, I do not have any. I can't figure out any nice setup based on my strategy on US switch. Let's go to USD yuan. USD yuan is still in a ranging market, so I am currently not watching this market. It's still in a ranging medium. So let's hope for a breakout to the downside. If you can see a breakout to the downside, a retest of the major level, then a pullback more, and this could lead to a more bearish breakout of the previous higher low structure in this uptrend right there. So this is what we have on USD yuan. So for Asian traders who trade the yuan Chinese currency pairs, right? Now let's check the USD Singaporean dollars. So for those of you who trade the Singaporean dollar, we have a lot of key level structure on this market. We have a resistance structure at the price of the 1.35607, which has been broken last week, and we have another key level support at the price of the 1.32027, and we have a minor structure at the price of the 1.3480. So these are the key level structure, and price is currently retraced approaching this level. So we have a breakout of the neckline of this monster head and shoulder. That was last week. You can see how we have the breakout. that was in the pullback. So for those of you who want to look out for trade opportunity right there, I think the best zone to be looking out for trade opportunity should be at the test of this trend line or a pullback up. So never look out for short entry. So for the Asian traders, for my Asian traders, Asian members who have been asking for USD Singaporean dollar, so this is how I'm going to be looking out to approach this asset if I were to be a trader in this market. I will never look out for long entry as support right there based on the previous or based on the last higher low structure right there. So I'll be looking out for a potential bull setup right there to play the uptrend. Alternatively, if I don't want to play against the strong bearish momentum right there, then I'll be looking out to see how price is going to react to this test of this neckline before I go short. Alternatively, maybe I'm going to be looking out for how price is going to react to the previous resistance structure we had right here. Resistance, broken resistance. Maybe price is going to turn this level again to another retest structure for a resistance, right? For a pullback to the downside, right? And a pullback more to the downside. So this is what I have on USD Singaporean dollar. That is for the Asian traders. And next, I have my South African traders. USD paired against the ZAR. I traded this currency pair last week, South African ZAR, and I made some little profit before I got out. I traded the pullback right there, and I got out at this swing low right there. So I didn't want to hold on to this trade based on the high news in the market last week, because I had some different open positions. So I want to reduce my risk. So the trend is continuing downward. For those of you who missed this rally, so the next thing you have to look out for, if you can see a potential pullback to the minor structure of the price of the 18.530, that would be nice. Alternatively, if this level should fail to hold price, then the next key level structure is the retest of the broken lower band of this channel, right? And as well, this is also the neckline of an upright head and shoulder in this ranging medium right there. Now see, the reason why I took this trade last week where I executed the short entry was based on the breakout of the upright head and shoulder in this market. You can see the head right here and the right shoulder right here, whereby this is the neckline. So after I figured out the breakout, I waited for a day retest, and then I made my short entry from this medium right here. I had my stop loss right here, but I had to cut my position because of the high impact news in the market. So that's why I got out at this zone. So it was a just small position, but I was hoping to hold this position for a long period of time, for like weeks. I was targeting the support structure right there based on what we have on the day chart. We can see we have a series of rejection, bull rejection right here, bull rejection right here, bull rejection. So I was targeting the next bull rejection or bearish test from this trend line. So I got out based on the number of positions I have. I don't want to risk more based on the high impact news approaching the market. So whenever there is an high impact news approaching the market, you have two options. It's either you close your position or you trail your profit. If you are still in a losing position, then it's better you have a tight stop loss. If you are winning trade, trail your position. But if you are in a little profit, if you don't want to trail your profit, you can just take your profit and just walk out, right? Because news is unpredictable. So this was the decision I made on USD Singaporean dollar. Okay, and let's go to the Euro paired against the Canadian dollar. Euro paired against the Canadian dollar is also on my list. Euro paired against the Canadian dollar based on the day chart. You know, in the last market analysis I showed you guys on this channel, on this live stream on TikTok, I stated I don't want to long the Euro paired against the Canadian dollars. And I told you guys the reason why I don't want to long Euro paired against the Canadian dollars. I stated the risk to the reward ratio is not favorable. And you guys all applauded my decision. You said, wow, I am a patient trader. Yes, this is one of the reasons you have to be a patient trader. There's a lot of assets in the market, so you don't have to rush yourself to take a trade. You can see I stated there was a bearish setup right there, but we still need the market structure right there to be changed into a bearish market structure. So price is currently making a pullback up. So those who made a short entry right now, they should currently be in a losing position, or maybe those who initiate a sell limit order, they might also be in a losing position right now. But the best one to have your stop loss in this market should be at the eye of this bearish pin bar right there, which was the test of the descending trend line in this market. So if you're having your entry at this medium right there, you should be having your take profit at this minor structure, which was a previous resistance right here, and then support right here. We have it as a resistance right here, and then price broke up right there. So based on the low risk to reward ratio in this market, which has 1.65, this was the reason why I ignored this trade. So the risk to reward ratio right here is not favorable. This is why I ignored the euro pair against the Canadian dollar. So for those of you who want to trade this asset, so what you'll be looking at this week is look out for a potential breakout of this rising trend line on the day chart. So we have a rising trend line. This was the first test, the second test. It takes 2 points to connect a trend line, but it takes 3 points to confirm a trend line. So let's see if this trend line will act as a potential rejection for a more bullish entry, or maybe this trend line breakout will serve for an interest for the bears to put price down on this currency pair. So I am currently looking out to see how price is going to react to the dynamic rising trend line on this price chart. So this is my view. And if you view on the 4-hour chart, based on the 4-hour chart, let's see how price is going to react to this trend line. Maybe price is going to find a bullish rejection, or maybe a break to the downside. If we can see a break to the downside, then that would be a nice reason to short these currency pairs based on what we have on the weekly chart, because we have a technical chart set up on the weekly chart, which is a doji candlestick. And whenever there's a doji candlestick at the upper swing, at the extreme high of a market, it does signify state of indecision in that high. And a state of indecision at a peak signifies the bullish momentum right here, and the bearish momentum, or the bullish volume and the bearish volume, are in a state of equilibrium. And whenever the market is in a state of equilibrium, a slight shift in volume can result in reversal of that trend. So this is what I'm looking at to play on this market. So let's see what the day chart is going to give us. Maybe we're going to have a strong bearish close of price below the rising trend line in this market. All right. So let's check euro pair against the New Zealand. Based on euro pair against the New Zealand, what I see have right here on the weekly chart, I told you guys, I said we should look out for a pullback. And currently we are having a pullback based on the bearish candlestick we had last week. We can see the rise of trend line right from the swing low on the 8th of August 2022, which made this trend line to be a major dynamic support trend line. We already have the test 3 times, and the price broke up right there. Price is closing once again, and price is closing down once again. So based on the cross-lining of price right here, this trend line right here is questionable. So let's see how price is going to react to the lower structure of the double top we had on the 4-hour chart. So the double top right there, there's a double top right there. This is hiding on the day chart, but if you view on the 4-hour chart, you're gonna see this triple top. In fact, it's a triple top. So you can see the triple top is obvious on the 4-hour chart. So what we are currently looking out for right now as a trader is we want to look out for a pullback to the neckline of this triple top. If we can see a pullback from this structure to be and find a strong bearish technical rejection signal bar, then we'll be looking out for a short entry based on this pattern breakout. We are looking for a retest of validation. So that is my view on euro pair against the New Zealand. Right. So if there's any analysis which you guys do not understand, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Please let me know. There's any asset analysis I gave which guys do not find understandable, or maybe it's too complex. You guys can let me know in the comment section. Right. Let me know in the comment section. So let's check the next asset on our list. Is we've discussed the Australian dollar pairs against the Canadian dollar. I have this on my list. Canada switch as well, I have it on my list. We've given analysis about it. So now let's move to the cryptocurrency market. So this is for the cryptocurrency traders. If you're a cryptocurrency trader, this might be a trade set up for you. If you're a cryptocurrency trader, right? So let's go to the cryptocurrency market. Based on the cryptocurrency market, I have the Algo USDT. This is what we have on Algo. So I'm going to wipe out all this chart right here, because I already sent out this analysis to traders in my Telegram group. So if you are yet to get this set up, it means you are not active in the Telegram group, or maybe you haven't yet joined the Telegram group. So I have a setup on Algo. So I tend to monitor price chart on Bitcoin based on the weekly chart, right? So based on the weekly chart, we have a trend line right from this swing high right here. I was able to connect a trend line all the way up. So this is what I had, and then I constructed this trend line all the way down. You can see how this trend line has been respecting price, and then we have a series of a support structure all the way down. We have a support right here, we have a resistance structure at the top, we have the resistance structure right here, and then we have a potential support of price at this structure low right there. So price is currently breaking above this descending trend line. So this was the reason why I have this asset on my list. You can see it based on the day chart. I'm looking out for a potential pullback. If you can see a strong pullback for entry, that would be nice. And based on the 4-hour chart, this is what we have. We have a trend line from the swing higher high all the way down. We fire it back. You can see that, and then we construct this trend line all the way to the front. So this is why I always state wait for a pullback. When I say wait for a pullback, I want you guys not to increase your risk, but instead increase your profit and decrease your risk. So this is the idea of having a pullback. As you can see on this trend line right there, the best way to approach this asset is to have a pullback. So if we can have a pullback from this high all the way back to this trend line right there, then it will be nice for us to make the continuation of this bullish rally based on this trend line on the 4-hour chart. So this is how I'm going to be willing to approach the algo paired against the USDT, right? That is so simple. The trade right there is so simple. So for those of you who are in the crypto market, should be looking out for how to approach this asset based on this setup right here. So this is a clean price chart. This is for cryptocurrency traders. Wait for a pullback and then retest. Once you figure out a bull strong technical signal, then you go for a long entry, right? So this is my view on the algo. For those of you guys who are cryptocurrency traders, please pay attention to this asset right there. So if you are making an entry based on what we have right there, the next structure where you have to look out for potential take profit should be at the last higher high or higher low swing right there. Alternatively, you could target the major key level structure at the 0.1624. This means you have to leave your trade for long, and this would be a swing trading strategy. As you all know, I'm a long-term trader, so I tend to hold position for a long period of time. So this might not be for all traders. If you're a day trader, this might not be a good trade for you. And next, I have the ADA paired against the USDT, right? So let's go through that. This is the chart right here, the chart of ADA Cardano paired against the USDT. As you all know, I always start my analysis based on the higher time frame, and this is the best way you can analyze the market. So this is what we have on this price chart right here. These are the charts right here, so clean and so easy to analyze. So we have a potential support at the price of the 0.2402, and right from this swing high all the way to this swing high right here, we are able to connect price all the way up. Let's fit in. Can see that price is currently breaking out of this trend line. So we still have a potential resistance structure above. For those of you who have been asking me what are my view on this coin, because I know a lot of traders have been sending requests to my email, making requests about my views on this altcoin. So what I'm going to be looking out for is I want to be looking out for a pullback. So I'm not going to jump in right there based on the resistance structure we had right there. If you jump in right there, you are reducing your profit ratio and then increasing your risk. So I will be looking out to target this resistance ratio as my take profit, and then find a way I can have at least 2 risk to reward ratio. So which means I have to make an entry at the pullback right there for me to make at least like 2 risk to reward ratio or 2.5 risk to reward ratio. You can see that. So based on the previous week bullish candlestick, I'm looking out for a bull entry, and then I'll be looking out to do that if I can see a pullback to the minor structure of the 0.3206. So let's check the 4-hour chart. Based on the 4-hour chart, you can see we have a rising trend line. You can see that. So let's hope that price is going to make a pullback to test this trend line. So this pullback could be at this zone right here all the way down to this structure, and then we continue the trend up. So this is my view on the ADA paired against the USDT. So for those of you guys who are currently looking out for trade entry in the cryptocurrency market, this might be a good trade entry for you. right? So let me know your view if you're a trader in the cryptocurrency market. Okay, so guys, I still have other assets as well in the cryptocurrency market. So let's check out other assets I have. I also have Solana. So let's check out Solana. If you're a trader in the cryptocurrency market, this might be a good trade for you. Let's check Solana. Starting from the weekly chart. This is what I have. Let's clean out this mess right here and try to connect our chart once again. So for those of you who have been asking me how did I construct my key level, this is how I construct my key level. So view this chart right here as an example. So the first thing I do right here is we have a resistance structure above, and then we have support right here. I have a resistance structure at this level. I construct it based on this structure right here, and I have a support structure all the way to this level right here. I take the current market structure, and then we have a potential support right here. You have a level right here as well, which could act as a support, which is as well a support level. So this is how I construct my key level right here. Okay, so based on what I have, we have another rising trend line from the bottom right here. You can see that. So if I fire it upward, what you guys can see is we have a breakout of an ascending triangular formation. You can see that. So this is a breakout of an ascending triangular formation on Solana. So we already have a breakout. So I'm skeptical. I don't really believe if price can make a pullback. But anyways, nothing is impossible in the market. If we can have a strong bearish pullback to this level, then that will be an opportunity to accumulate more Solana into my portfolio, right? So this is my view on the chart of Solana. So if you're a cryptocurrency trader, please check that as well. Check Solana. This could be a trade opportunity for you. All right. So next, I have link chain. I have chain. So let's check that. So chain link. This is what we have. This market is a ranging medium. So I'm currently monitoring to see how price is gonna break out of a ranging medium. So price already broke out right here. So this is what we have in the ranging medium. Price broke out of this ranging medium at this section right here. So what I'm looking out for is to see if price can give us a pullback. If price can give us a pullback, maybe a pullback to the broken upper resistance structure in this downtrend, then I'll be looking out to accumulate more link chain right here. So this is based on my technical views in the crypto market on chain link. If you're a crypto trader, please check that out. Someone said, I have done the registration and deposit on the HFM. What's next, sir? If you are deposit and completing registration on FM, the next step is let's trade together. Let's trade. So that is the next step. So Gala. I also have Gala. Let me check out Gala if I have Gala right here. So I share the analysis on Gala with traders in my live stream, right? So let me show you guys what I have on Gala right here for those of you who are looking out for trade opportunity. So this is what we have on Gala. So based on Gala, I have a technical bull breakout out of a descending trend line based on the weekly chart, and price already made a pullback test of this broken trend line. So we can see this on the day chart. Here comes the day chart. You can see the significance of waiting for a pullback. So based on this pullback right here, I am supporting more bullish anticipation on Gala, right? So this is based on my view, based on the weekly chart. So I'm accumulating more Gala, and I'll be looking out for to get out of my investment whenever price tests. Get this off right here. So I'll be looking out to make a close of my investment whenever price get to the resistance structure at the price of the 0.07302. So this is my view on Gala. So if you are investing as ownership in this market, there's tendency for you to make over 236% on your investment if you get in at the price of 0.02114, and if the market should move in direction of our anticipation. So this is my view in the cryptocurrency market, right? And next, let's talk about the commodity market. For traders who are in the commodity market, I have cotton. I showed you guys how I traded cotton some weeks ago. So currently I'm looking out for a pullback. If I can see a pullback based on the weekly chart to the minor structure we had right here, we have a minor structure right here. Can see that. So I'm currently waiting if we can see a pullback to this level right here before I'm going to be going short. So this is what we have, and then this will be a level on the day chart. Can see that. So this is based on my view. If you're a trader in the commodity market, please check cotton. That is, I can see potential trade opportunity on cotton at the price of the 82.90 or 82 or 83.0, right? And they're based on orange juice. I also monitor orange juice as well. I can see price breaking out of a rising trend line. So some traders are actually new to this. Some traders don't even know we can trade orange juice. Yes, there are traders who trade orange juice. I trade orange juice as well. I trade them. So I'm currently monitoring this asset right here for a potential trade opportunity. So I have a rising trend line on this asset. So this is what we have based on the weekly chart. So based on the inner trend line, price already broke this structure. So I am looking out if you can see a pattern to support our bearish flow in this market. So that is my view on orange juice. Next, let's check the US oil. I told you guys I currently have a position on US oil, and I'll be holding this position from last week. So it's a swing trading strategy. So some traders asked in the live stream today, am I still holding on to my US oil market? Okay, someone said Lisa edit Ethereum. Okay, I will go through Ethereum. Lisa edit, I will go through Ethereum. Right, I will go through Ethereum. So someone asked me in the Telegram page and asked, what is my view on US market? And I stated I'm still holding on to my position. And the trader said, wow, I already know this trade is going to last for weeks. So it's not a trade I get in and I'm looking out for profit within few days or few hours. So it's going to be a weekly trade. It's a swing trading strategy, and I'm targeting down right here. So I'm going to be exercising patience. So I'm still holding on to my short entry, and I'll be looking out for more potential sell entry if price can make a breakout of this previous low. So based on the 4-hour chart, if I can see price making a strong bearish break lower than the low structure we have right here, then I'll be looking out for more short entry. So the key idea right here is I want to keep on adding to my position, and then not my losing position, but on the winning position. So that's my view on US oil market. So I'm still supporting the bearish bias on US market. So now let's check for Lisa. Lisa Edit asks for Ethereum on YouTube. Now let's check the Ethereum market. So based on Ethereum on the weekly chart, let's check the weekly chart. So here comes the weekly chart of Ethereum. Actually, I do not have the Ethereum market on my list based on the market price, based on the price action we have on Ethereum, but I can see a potential formation of a rising trend line. So let's construct our key levels on this chart. So we have a resistance structure, and we have a potential support right here. Let's extend this price chart right here. We have a support structure at the price of the one. Okay, let's make this support structure at this medium. Can make it right here, okay, to find the most touches. And we have a key level structure right here. Can have a key level structure at this medium. Can have it at this section right here, but I prefer to have it at this section right here, whereby I'm going to be treating this level right here as a first breaker. So I am treating this level right here as a first breaker because we have a bearish rebar. This is a bearish rebar right here. You can see how it resulted into a false breakout. I'm treating this level right here as a resistance structure, and this level as a resistance, likewise this place as a resistance, and this is a false bull breakout. So application of a trend line right from the swing higher low structure right here all the way to the swing higher low right here, and all the way to the swing lower low in this market. You can see right here we have a potential ascending triangular formation forming on Ethereum. So Ethereum is currently a nice altcoin you guys should pay attention to, right? So you guys have to pay attention to this asset. There's a lot of bullish sentiment building up on this on Ethereum. So for these traders who want to trade Ethereum, the reason why I didn't include this on my list yet is I want to see price breaking out of this structure right there before I have it on my list, right? So this is why I'm still not having it, but it's a nice setup. So there's a lot of well bullish setup right here in this market. So you guys have to pay attention, And there's another possible pattern I can see in this market if you view this chart with an eagle eye. So we have a channel right from this structure all the way to this structure right here. We're able to connect it down, and what we have right here, you can see the channel right here. So this is what I have. So Ethereum as well have another inner channel apart from the rising ascending triangular on the weekly chart. So this is based on the weekly chart. So if you are a trader in the cryptocurrency market, please, it's advisable you adjust your chart to this image view right here now. So adjust your chart. This is how your chart should look like. This is how your chart should look like if you are trading in the cryptocurrency market, and then if you have Ethereum on your list. So this is what your chart should look like on Ethereum. Right, so we are expecting a potential breakout. So if you can see a strong bull breakout of this structure right here, and then a nice pullback entry, that would be nice on Ethereum. And then this could set Ethereum on a long bullish rally, for next year, right? And this could even happen this year. So the next key level structure acts at the resistance of the 4,852 on Ethereum. Right, so Ethereum is another asset you guys have to pay attention to if you're a trader in the cryptocurrency market. Right, now let's proceed further to the stock market. The stock market, if you're a trader in the stock market, this is for you. In the stock market, let's go through the asset I have on my list. So I have Roku. Let me use my other chart right here. Let me use my other chart. So let's go through chart right here. In the stock market, I have Roku. So based on Roku, we had a bull breakout. Based on Roku, we have a bull breakout of a key level structure of the 73.70. This was a key level structure, right? It was a resistance structure right here. Resistance, support, broken support, resistance, and price broke out. That was the last week. So let's zoom in right here so we can see how this level is reacting to price. So we had a strong bullish breakout. So what I'm looking out for next week is if it's possible, if we can see a pullback to the key level structure of the 73.70 before I'll be looking out for an entry. As well, I will need to have, it's better if you can have enough patience to look out for a pullback to the 50% Fibonacci retracement level of this bull candlestick that formed on Friday on Roku stocks. Right, so the key idea right here is to accumulate this stock at a lower price value. So I don't want to get high, I don't want to accumulate at the higher price. I want to see if you can see a pullback to the 50% Fibonacci retracement level before I can accumulate more on the stock of Roku. So this is my view on the Roku stocks. And next again, I have Apple. I have the stock of Apple. So let's go through Apple. Let's check Apple out. So Apple, based on what I can see, there is a potential bullish pennant. You can see here is the pole of the pennant. This is the pole of the pennant, and this is the pennant right here. So I'm still waiting out for a potential breakout on the Apple. So this is what I'm looking out for on the chart of Apple. Based on the day chart, this is what we have. So let's hope to see if price can give us a strong technical bull breakout for a more continuation of the bullish trend on Apple. So that's my view on the stock of Apple. And next I have Nvidia. So let's check it out. Let's check Nvidia out. So for traders who are trading Nvidia, you have to pay attention. Based on the weekly chart, there's a rounded top. There's a rounded top on the chart of Nvidia. You can see that. And last week was a strong bullish bar, which was a strong bullish engulfing bar to the previous week. So we have a lot of bullish sentiment on Nvidia. And but there's a lot of conflicting patterns on this asset. Based on the weekly chart, we have an upright head and shoulder. So this pattern right here is conflicting. This is the right shoulder, this is the red, and this is the right shoulder, this is the left shoulder. So we have the neckline structure right there. So this is why you have to be very careful. So I'm still studying this asset to see which way the market has to break to. So any decision I want to take on this asset, I will always share with traders in my Telegram group. And the last on the list of my watch list on stock market is Tesla. Let's go through Tesla. Based on what I have on Tesla, we are looking out for continuation based on the breakout of price. We have a key level support structure at the price of 206 right here. Support structure was being broken right here. We have it as resistance right here, and price retested once again. So we have a test of this structure, and the Friday candlestick bar at this structure capped a bullish outside bar. So this was a bullish outside bar on the weekly chart. And then we have a bearish channel. This was a bearish channel in this downtrend. You can see this down market structure. So I'm still hoping for a more bullish rally to the upper band of this falling channel on Tesla, right? So these are my views in the stock market. You guys can let me know your views in the comment section if you are watching from YouTube or from Facebook. Now let's check the German 30. Let's check German 30. German 30, right? Let's check German 30. German 30, right here. German 30. What do we have on German 30? So German 30, I'm looking out for a potential long entry based on what I have on the weekly chart. You can see the strong bull bar last week, which can as well be tagged together with the previous 2 weeks bars as a bullish, as a 3 inside up candlestick. 3 inside up candlestick at a potential key level structure. You can see we had a support structure at the price of the 14,620. Resistance, resistance, support, support. So this is what we have on the price of the German 30. So price is currently at a point of interest in the market. So guys, this is what I want to share with you. And take note, we have a downward sloping trend line on the day chart. You can see that. So let's hope this market will have a pullback and they'll have a potential interest. Whatever I'm going to do in the market, I always share with traders in my VIP community, right? So guys, this is all I want to share with you today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attendance on YouTube. Traders who attended on YouTube, thank you so much. So it's time to wrap up our analysis on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok. Remember, you can always use the subscription button to follow my page and follow icon on my Facebook, and on my TikTok to follow my profile for more technical analysis. Right? Thank you guys. And I do have a wonderful day. We meet in the evening on TikTok once again. Thank you guys. I already gave analysis on GBP USD, right? Thank you.